friends in Ramadan who was also fasting. And she told me, she's a Kenyan, and she told me, but she always fasts with Muslims in Ramadan. Then I said, okay, Elizabeth, if you are fasting, then why don't you also perform ablution? I was going to pray. She couldn't pray, but I said, just perform ablution. And I taught her how to perform ablution. And when she was done, she told me one interesting thing. She said, this is the first time I am really feeling very clean. This was coming from a Christian. He says, I feel very clean because you are washing, and you are not just washing once, you are washing with also an intention, because you are going to meet someone who is higher, and so you want to cleanse yourself. So it is not just about the physical cleansing, it's also about and so yesterday you could remember that we were told in these days we have the physical world and then the spiritual, the virtual world. But for us as religion, and that's why you also need to perform these rituals to also. So the 5 daily prayers is a way of connecting us directly to Allah. And when you stand before Allah, we are told that you face a particular direction. That when you raise your hands to say the takbir, that means. And so what these rituals do is that they give us a sort of connection. At the end of the day, we are able to connect with one another. We are able to connect with Allah. Then the second one says that these rituals allows us to love one another as Muslims. Because when we pray, we stand shoulder to shoulder. It doesn't matter whether you are the president or the cleaner. You stand in the same row. So prayer also offers unity and love to the Muslim Ummah. So Islamic brotherhood, Islamic sisterhood. And then also the health benefits of some of these rituals. Very important. The health do in Ruku has a way of strengthening our core. It strengthens your spine. You don't know this. Health and fasting, about health and wellness. And she said it is not compulsory to always take breakfast. If you can, skip the breakfast. Because sometimes you already feel full. But because it is called, don't take it and it is even 12 p.m., you still want to make. Fasting has its own. So fasting and also Hajj. If you see the kind of rituals our parents go through when we on the pilgrimage to Mecca, the exodus. If you also take your mind back to the kind of still brought about Zamzam, how Prophet Ibrahim left and when all these were exhausted, what happened? Suffer and Marwa. Go on Hajj, when they go on Umrah, they still perform these times to delay our prayers. So you don't delay. Once you have the time, engage. Immediately you find time, a spare time. Make sure that you make up for those prayers, because prayer also teaches you time consciousness. Please can we worship. We have been told to worship Allah as we see Him, because a companion of the Prophet asked the Prophet to advise him, and he said, worship Allah as you see Him. And this is also talking about the Muslim brotherhood, loving one another, and the Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said that none of you will have faith until you wish for your Muslim brother or sister what you wish for yourself. Yes. So other rituals. We have talked about these rituals. Maybe I would want to add the ritual of the daily. Anytime you pick the Quran to read, don't just do that as a ritual. Tell yourself that you are doing that. Us have been understanding the Arabic. Most of us try to also Soba. What does it mean? Soba. What does it mean? Is the prayer of the day. Okay. Wants to add something. But you know askars. Do you know askars? Okay. So she says they are daily recitations, daily duas we recite every day. And we do that to seek protection from Allah. Yes. Okay, so he's saying he has Googled and he's seeing supplications in remembrance of Allah. Is somebody's hand up at the back? Okay. So these are askars. But you know one beautiful thing about askars? They are very, very important in our daily lives. So we have been taught the askar of entering the washroom. Do you understand? So it is not just a ritual. We are told about the kind of things that linger around washrooms. So once you recite those askars, what happens? You are protected. So if you are here and you don't know the askar of entering the washroom and coming, but once you are protected, all my people to download. It's the morning and the evening askars. Please, how many of you know this morning and evening askars? Let's raise our hands. Morning and evening askars. Please, higher, a bit higher. I can see. Know about this morning and evening askars. If you say you all know, then I'll be. So how many of you know? Just a few, eh? Just a few. The morning and the evening askars. Please, it works magic. It works what? Magic. The morning and the evening askars. So those of you who have phones, we are downloading the morning and the evening askars right now on your phones. So pick it up. Go to Play Store or App Store and let's download morning and evening askars. Do you have your phones? Do you have your phones? Are you downloading? Downloading it. Have you seen askar? It comes in background, but you will see askars. And it should not necessarily be morning and evening. Sometimes it's a whole, you are traveling, when you are entering all that. Don't joke with these askars. Do you know what? When you look at the morning and the evening, askars, it starts with Fatiha. Now, when you are done, it takes you to Baqarah and it recites Ayatul Kursi. Take your time. I know most of you can recite Ayatul Kursi. Look at Ayatul Kursi. If you know how to recite, telling you about the majesty of Allah. And I told you already, that when you want something from Allah, what do? You grab it first. So Ayatul Kursi has a way of praising Allah in a very beautiful way. And after the Ayatul Kursi, it takes you to the three points: Ikhlas, Falak, and Nas. Very short chapters of the Quran. And so you say them 3 times. Recently, I decided to go back to check on the meaning of Surah Al-Ikhlas. And when I got to this particular verse, I started singing it in my room. Please say it with me. Lam yalid walam yulad walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. What does it mean? Somebody should tell me. In Surah Al-Ikhlas. Then I started singing it. And I repeated it. I wanted to understand what it means. For Allah to ask us to recite these portions of the Quran every morning and evening. It says Allah has no son and he was not born. He begets not, to describe Allah. And there is none that is compared with Surah Al-Falaq here for us. Yes, my dear. Do it for us. We want it in a very melodious way so that, yes, my dear, let's hear it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فلق. So you are a less protection from the enemy, because around you that you cannot see with your own eyes. Then we move on to Nas, and it says seek protection from the Lord of mankind. So anytime you read these verses of the Quran, which are part of the morning and evening azkars, please take your time to find out the meanings of these verses. There's another azkar in the morning and evening azkar. When I got to know about the meaning, I was so happy that I've been reciting it. It goes this way. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. If you know how to say it, say with me. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. Bi rahmatika astaghith. Aslih li shani kullahu. Wa la takilni ila nafsi tarfatan ayn. Do you know what you are telling Allah? After rapping him and praising him, you are telling him not to leave you unto yourself, even if you die. Allah should always protect you. This is what you are telling Allah. And who says that when you do all this, you will never? My time is almost up. Oh, okay, I have 3 minutes. And please, let's see if we the 99 names of Allah. This is a link I got. I don't know if we can play the 99 names of Allah. I think we should all learn because it helps. It would help us to know Allah better. Can you help us with the link by clicking it? And let's, if you know how to sing it, let's sing together. If you don't, then that is also part of your assignment. So we have 2 assignments in this class. Next year I will check, inshallah. May Allah give us good health and long life. So we have one that is the azkars, and then the second one is about learning the 99 names of Allah. It's so nice. It's lovely.
Us the ability to customize without the. We're Thirsty Turtle, and we level up our business with Shopify. الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور
السميع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي الولي الحميد المحسن المبدع المعيد المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الوادي المادي الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر العظيم الوالي التعالي البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف المالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير.
Thank you so much. Salam alaikum.
Thank you very much. We now take a short but beautiful spoken word and poetry recital from our dear sister Halima Tusadi Hassan. Let's give her a round of applause.
We are the voices of tomorrow, dreamers chasing lives and not sorrows. We have been taught with hands that give. We live lives and we always strive for what we want. They say we are too young to share, but let me tell you something. The wisdom I hold is never something you've ever thought of. I've always been someone who fear Allah. But because I don't show it off, they think I'm someone who is lacking a lot of faith. I look at them silently, smile and tell them, the unexpected will come soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Halima Tusadi Hassan, most known as Zagreb. Woman of words, woman of motivation, and woman who makes influence in the life of her peers, mothers, fathers, and sisters. They told me I'm too young to know who I am, but old enough to be told who I should be. So I stand here, between expectation and faith, between fear and becoming. I am learning that growth is not loud. Sometimes it looks like saying no, when everyone says yes. Sometimes it looks like trying again, when quitting feels easier. I'm not behind. I am being prepared. Every mistake teaches me. Every struggle shapes me. And every silent prayer I whisper is being heard, even when the answer waits. I am building myself brick by brick, with discipline when motivation disappears, with hope when the roads feel unclear. I don't need to rush my destiny. What is written for me will arrive on my time. So, I always stand for the figured. So if you see me quiet, I am not lost. I am growing to become who you don't know I would be. And one day, I would look back and realize I was becoming everything I once prayed for. And I'll be living the future that was destined for me. And all you can do is smile and say to me, Alhamdulillah, she has made it. Thank you.
What a point.
Thank you. A round of applause for Hedy. So at this point, we'll have an open forum and a panel discussion on the theme entrepreneurship and business. So join me invite Mr. Abubakar Ishaq Bansi, the CEO of Primo Limited. Tomato. Finally, we have Mr. Adar Mohammed, Head of Internal Audit at Isar Limited.
The glass is breaking. Somebody
Mr. Abubakar Ishaq Banse is an entrepreneur and technology leader with strong experience in telecommunications, fintech, and digital innovation. He attended Kwame Nkrumah and CEO of Primo Limited, a company.
Assalamu alaikum once again. I am Abdul Hamid together with
Hassan Abdul.
and we are going to be our moderators for this session. To our panelists, thank you for your time and you are welcome. So before we begin this
Mr. Abubakar Ishaq Banse is an entrepreneur and technology leader with strong experience in telecommunications, fintech, and digital innovation. He attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST. He is the founder and CEO of Primo Limited, a company focused on developing user-centric solutions that simplify access to telecom and payment services. One of Abubakar's most notable achievements is leading the conception and launch of the One-for-All Universal Top-Up Card, a pioneering product designed to allow users to recharge airtime across multiple mobile networks using a single card. Through strategic expansion of the One-for-All platform, Primo has extended operations beyond Ghana into countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo, offering universal airtime, data, and mobile money aggregation services, reflecting Abubakar's vision for scalable and cross-border digital solutions. Beyond telecom, Abubakar is also involved in that make it easier for businesses and financial institutions to accept both in-store and online payments, strengthening everyday access to modern financial services. With a round of applause from Mr. Abubakar Ishaq Banzi.
Mr. Adam in organizational leadership. He currently serves as the head of internal audit at Ghana incentive-based risk-sharing system. Supports strong a member of the Institute of Internal Auditors with academic training in finance, commerce, and aligning professional excellence with Islamic values. He joins us to navigating challenges and preparing for expertise in communications, marketing, and entrepreneurship. She holds a diploma in communications studies from the Institute of Journalism, a BSc in marketing from Professional Studies, an MBA in Entrepreneurship and Innovation from UPSA, and a second MBA in Entrepreneurship for Impact from the Altus Business School, Milan, Italy, where she graduated top of her class, making her the E4 Impact Global Champion of Ghana 2021. She is the founder of Casa Tomato Restaurant and Cafe, a renowned restaurant located in East Legon, Accra. She is also the founder of the Brand Accelerator, a thriving consultancy company that facilitates training programs.
So, a nanny or whoever is going to raise your kids for you. That means that you are going to go one thing and focus on another, which is career. So I had to be, and then I chose family. And I am being honest with you, I haven't regretted. And I want to tell you how I was able somehow to, somewhere along the line, how I was able to blend the two. And now I can proudly say that the Nazifa year has also been able to focus on their career journey. So I focus on children, I focus on family, just to make sure that I bring the children up to a certain stage before I move on to focus on my own growth. So, and it's sacrifice. It's not every woman that will do that, but I'll urge every one of you here, if you have the chance to choose between career and family, family should come first, then career will follow. Because one day you would want to sit back, especially the women, you would want to sit back, watch your family, watch your kids, and be proud of the family you have raised with your bare fingers, including your husband. So I took the tangent of family. I started raising my children. Most of the teachers from ICRA here, I'm pretty sure know that you know Nazifa and my plenty children, at least Madam Masuki will know, and Madam Aisha knows. So I started raising them, and then I halted. First 12 years of my marriage, I wasn't doing anything. I would do papa here, and you know what I did? While raising the family, I'm married with a diploma. I was a journalist, trained journalist from GIG. So while raising the children, what I did was, I'll just be searching online. If I find this course, I'll do it. I'm a typical academic person. I like not the traditional academic person, but then I like to seek knowledge. So if I find a course online and it needs to something that aligns with my vision and my focus, I just take it up. I sign up and then I go through that course. That was how I started, getting my certificate. I started with little certificate, 2 months, 1 month certificates, bit by bit. Then we're like, okay, after my first two children, let me enroll in school again. So I went back, topped up my degree. I did it. I came back home, still staying at home, having given birth to my children, raising my family and all that. I went back, did my entrepreneurship masters, opened my business, my restaurant, and it's doing well, alhamdulillah. So somewhere around 2019, when I opened my restaurant, then I realized that, look, now I need to focus on career. So I during the master's program, and to be honest with you, I didn't even know I was this intelligent. when I started my masters. I went to play. I went to explore. I used to play figuratively. I just went to explore the area of academics just to see if this master's will fetch me something or it will add some value to my life. Yes, so I did it. It was a double master's degree, one from University of Professional Studies, and the other one from Altus Business School in Milan, Italy. And at the end of the day, I realized I even emerged the overall best student during that. And I know because at the time there wasn't pressure on me. I had raised the kids to a certain level where I didn't need to stay out with them. If I'm out there, they can call me. Mommy, we need ABC. Can we get this? Can we get that? I'll get it for you. If it's at home, I'll tell them it's here, it's there. So at that point, no house help can come and impose their own way of life or their own morality on my kids because I have raised them, I've given them the foundation according to my own principles. So at that point, it is about what mommy and daddy say. It's about what Islam says. It's about the values they have been exposed to at home. So I was so free enough to explore other things. And that's how my career path started. So I started building my career path right from the MBA level when I finished, and then started my restaurant business. So after the MBA level, that's how I started my consultancy business. Then I realized that there was a gap, especially with our own Northern Muslim young ones. I realized there were so many things that we lacked, and some of them was sometimes how to even behave in public, our posture, our speech, our body language, the way we go about things. I realized we were so far behind. So it created that gap for me to start that business. And I realized that I could add a lot to it. So I started, and then I started doing other things. I started grooming people. And for me, it was to explore with the young ones. But I realized that other companies were interested in what I was doing because they saw the impact, and then they started coaching me to train their employees for them. And this is how the brand accelerator was also built. And today, if I tell you, I have groomed or trained big companies, including Ghana Revenue Authority, TOR, VRA, NCA, a whole lot of them. If you read my business profile, I have my website as well, so you can Google the brand accelerator. You see all the companies that I've groomed. And it's all thanks to the fact that I placed my priorities right. I didn't have to juggle between family and career. I took one at a time. I started off with family, groomed or raised my family to a certain level, and I took on my career. And today there's no stopping me. That's how I am able to pick up the phone, defend a proposal, and say I am going to do a PhD, and nobody can stop me because I have paid my dues. So if you are a young person here, a young lady, a young gentleman, there's no saying that you grow up, your main focus is to marry and it ends there. Marry, raise a family, plan your life. Once the children start coming, know that you have something going for you. You have halted it for some time. You have not stopped it completely. Halt it for some time, focus on one thing, because trust me, you can't juggle the two. No, it's difficult, it's daunting. If you say, ask those who work in the banks and are raising families, it's not easy. It's not easy. So focus on one, you raise it to a certain point where you can be somewhere without thinking about your family, without thinking of somebody doing your case. Then you can move on. When you get to a certain point where you can think that, okay, I am fine, I can move on to another. Then you focus on your career. Okay, so this is the story of Nazifa, and I would like to see many more Nazifas in this room in the coming future. Do we agree? Do we agree? Are we going to see more of Nazifas? Are we going to see more of Alaji? Okay, thank you very much. So that's the story.
MashaAllah. Thank you very much. Just as Hajia thanked the organizers, I also thank the organizers for this very important program, especially at the right time, the Christmas period when our children would have been joining the colleague Christians on the Christmas issues. We are having you here. Alhamdulillah. Let's clap again to the organizers. MashaAllah. As the profile mentioned, I'm Adel Muhammad, and currently the head of internal audit at GSA Limited. GSA, we provide loan guarantee to the banks and other financial institutions when they borrowed money to agri-businesses. The government want to improve on agriculture, and there's a need to finance so much in the agri sector. So we are doing that to motivate the banks to lend so much to the agri businesses. And as also mentioned, I'm in the accounting and finance profession. I started right from the secondary school level, the business accounting and finance, and I continued till date. And organizers have thought it wise. We also join other colleagues to enlighten you on the profession. So you will hear much on the profession, but just to start with, I will say that me too, my journey didn't start just like that. I started studying the business in the secondary school, as I mentioned, then I worked my way through to different roles, and then over the time, I got to where I am, which is up to the level of being a chartered accountant. Accounting and finance are not just about money. They are about trust, responsibility. As we know, taught that every trust will be accounted for. We are needed in businesses, we are needed in institutions, in the family, we are needed, so that we account for what transactions have been taken in terms of finance or money. And it is a job that we can use to promote Islam when we do and do it well based on the Islamic ethics. So, as I mentioned, as I'm also, you hear much on the profession. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. So, because it's an open forum and panel discussion, we have to begin.
I think it's discipline. I think it's discipline. Before you start on the journey of entrepreneurship, you need to discipline yourself, because entrepreneurship comes with a lot of bullets. I say bullets, a lot of headaches. So you are your own accountant, you are your own HR, you are your own MD or CEO. Sometimes you are your own front desk customer service person. And one thing I would like to tell everybody wanting to start a business is that, you see, when you start a business, note that business you are starting is your dream. It's your sole dream, and not the dream of the employee. You slept, thought of it, conceptualized your dream, and started your business, right? So anybody you bring on board is to help you realize that dream, isn't it? So the first discipline is come from you. Because that employee doesn't know where you want to take your organizations or your firm to, but you know. That employee also has his or her dream. Coming to work with you is just a passive phase of that employee's life. So that's why sometimes, even in the informal sector, you realize that employees just come in the restaurant business. It's very common. They come today, they receive their first salary, they are leaving because that's not their dream. They are using your organization as a passive phase in their life. So the first discipline should come from you, and that's the paradigm shift. If you want to start a business, the discipline should first and foremost be from you. Then you realize that it will trickle down. If you wake up, you start the day, you wake up and go there first. Let every employee see you there. Once they come and you are there first, everybody will begin to just, look, madam is here, boss is here. Then it means that we are late. The following day, you realize that they will strive to even get there before you. So the first thing is discipline for you, and then the rest will follow.
Thank you very much.
So with business, the mindset is very important. I always tell people that if you don't have the mindset, don't even think of starting. And what mindset do you want to have is very important. You need to make a mindset of impacting society. And to impact society, they come in different forms. And I always say that the society we have been categorized in different ways, and you have to decide where you want to be. And wherever you decide to be, you just have to be better. So with the mindset, is about why would you use your money to buy airtime? Because there's a value in there. You can use it for data, access to the internet. You can call family and friends. That value proposition is what you need to have in mind. That what value am I ready to create? If you don't have a mindset of creating value, don't even think of entrepreneurship. So that is very important. And when you have that business model cycle, you will come to a point where you have to ask yourself, does it really work on deciding on doing this? This is what you want to do before you jump. In fact, you don't start business, you jump. So I will tell you, enter the program. So you go and check the root of that way. You don't start, you jump. Because there are so many parameters that are beyond you. Then I always this man's, I think the founder of Ashati University, and he said something that he was naive when he started Ashati University. And I said, this is it. In fact, you need to have some level of naiveness to decide to do business in Ghana. And it's not a bad thing, because you are going to learn an important factor also when it comes to business and entrepreneurship. There's a thin line between entrepreneurship and stupidity. They are very, very thin and narrow. You have some mind, you're trying to change the world. We know that it's there, but you may be dreaming. And it's not a bad thing, because that dream has a role to play in getting you out there first thing in the morning. That is not the only thing that I need to be out there. So you get to a point you ask yourself, should I move forward? Decision is very, very important. But it has effect on you, your family, and everybody around you, because people buy into your vision. And you step out there to work or introduce a product, a service, create a value, you start selling it to people around you. Some will buy into it, some won't support you. So along the line, whatever decision you take has impact on all the people around you. And that's where I'm analyzing every stage, at every stage, is very important. So the mindset is not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the people who want to just live a simple life. No, it has a simple life in there, but to realize it, plant, just like the journey of a cocoa tree. It goes through a cycle from the seedling all the way until you see it green, until it starts bearing fruit. And along the line, sometimes you have to even go spray it and provide it and work on it. That happens with business. So having the mindset is very important. Without the mindset, we have it. So
point
doing this. There are so many people doing this on the mainstream. People train companies, people organize seminars questions for people. Now, what is going to be the uniqueness that the brand ambassador is bringing on board? So you have that uniqueness for yourself. Okay, so mine is to help them to become more of ladies and gentlemen, to learn how to behave properly in public. And that is a uniqueness I'm bringing on board. Yeah, so whenever you are starting something, even if it is a retail business, ask yourself, how am I going to stand out amidst the many people, the pool of people doing this business? Because most businesses in this country and beyond is saturated. There are so many people doing the same business. So what gets you the customer? What casts that clientele for you is your unique makes everybody drive towards one vendor. It's because of that how she handles. So your USP marketing remains. In marketing, there's something called USP, your selling proposition. So whenever you are starting a business, just note that you need to have a USP before you start a business. Apart from having the impact, your impact should be
for instance, you only since our business will just come and eat, will not pay, they'll eat lavishly. What's your take on that?
So, when I started a restaurant, if you're running a business and you know that
I've given you the background of our company and what we do and everything. Where did we get it wrong? He said, that you asked this question. And that's one thing I want you to also note. When you have the opportunity to meet people, 7%, I'm like, I don't even get 7% from the telco. But how do if I give you that, it will not work. So, okay, then I told, finally, in some situations, okay, I'll give you 6%. I'm giving them exactly what the telco gives me. Why? Because he will give me the money upfront, which gives me liquidity to be able to meet all the needs of the business whilst we look out for the next step. So the focus is your cash flow is your bloodline for business. If you don't have a cash flow, you can have a very nice business idea, but you die before you can realize the potential. Flow as a business person, every time when you are sleeping, that's what's on your mind. You're always thinking about what's the next 3 months. Are we in good position? The next 6 months. It will get to a point where you don't worry about 1 month, you don't worry about 3 months, you don't worry about 6 months, you don't worry about 1 year. Then you look at how to expand, how to grow beyond that one. So cash flow is the bloodline. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, because of time, can you please make your answers very short?
Sure.
Family, do you need food?
Please, my question is directed to Auntie Nazifa. So, you see, majority of us here are students, and then you have to balance your studying and then the business in case you want to start a business in school. So, how do you perfectly balance? Because you have to make sure your grades are still in place.
so when you say students, is everybody here in basic school? So you mean the basic school students wants to start business?
For a tertiary student.
Tertiary. So good. I am very happy. That's what I want to know. I want to know what kind of school or what kind of students you are. So now you are in tertiary school and you want to start a business. Let me state that, look, for those who are in tertiary school, entrepreneurship is very easy. I lecture at University of Ghana Business School as part of my PhD program. And I always tell them, I've groomed a couple of them to become entrepreneurs. You don't know what you are stepping on. Because mostly your first clients are your own colleagues. You are in school. The school is giving you that audience. You have a lot of schoolmates. Even your classmates are your potential clients, but you don't know. So if you want to start a business, you don't go for lectures the whole day. You are not in class the entire day, are you? No. So what you can do is you schedule or you plan, have a timetable, at this time I'm in class, at this time I have to pray, at this time it's business. My daughter is going to the university and I have sent her to go and learn a trade. You know why? Because I want her to make money on campus. Yeah, because if you have a lot of people on campus and you know how to breed, weekends you wake up, door to door, room service, you do it for them, you charge, you pick, you move on. Another person. So mostly your first customers are your own colleagues. Before you even step outside the boundaries of your own school, your own colleagues, your classmates, your course mates, people who are not even in your doing the same courses as you can also become your customers. Then before you think, when you grow or you use them to even correct yourself, you use them to master your craft, then before you can now think of going outside that school, because it is these people who are going to give you reviews, the very review that you are looking for. Because they know you, they can say things in your face. They'll tell you, look, madam, this is my experience, and I think you did it this way and it could have been better. They will tell you because they are your friends. And that's when you will get your reviews and build on your reviews and be able to project yourself into the market properly. Okay?
Most of us, our communication skills are bad. Like, maybe you are a solo developer, maybe you've created a SaaS product. So how do you pitch your services, like improve your communication skills to pitch your services to maybe potential investors or to gain more clients?
Thank you very much. What I can say is the face for every entrepreneur, especially in the tech space. Developing a service or a product is, I always say that even with an idea, it's always 5 to 10% of a business. That's what you have to first have in mind. Now, you need to consciously improve on your communication. And I always tell people, I'm surprised that I always wish that when I am now in my 15 or 18 with these AI things, you have no idea what potential is out there with AI, internet. Give yourself maybe a 1 hour a day. Give yourself maybe a 1 hour a day. Or 30 minutes a day. I want to know how to pitch. I want to know how to model my business. Just watch one video. Believe me, this level is that you need to have a mentor. You have to identify someone who has gone through that journey and go to the person and say, well, I'm so and so person, and this is what my vision. And I want someone who can help me achieve A, B, C, D. If the person cannot do it directly, they can even introduce you to someone who can help you. Everybody needs some level of guidance in business. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes you even get it from someone you've never even thought of, where you get that guidance from. We have a principle in our company. We got it from a security man. So my partner left the office and was going down, and he met this security man. He was going to sign off the key. And the security man, they end up having a chat, and the security man was like, "Oh, me, I can't do everything all the time, and I don't have money. So every day when I wake, I make sure I do one thing." So when my partner came and he told me, I said, "But what this guy is saying makes a lot of sense." So the question we ask ourselves every day is, what have we done today? At least one thing should be accomplished. So if you have that in mind, we learn it from the security guy in a very funny, just normal chat way. But it means a lot to us today. So like I mentioned, you need a mentor. You need to talk to someone who has been through the journey. You need to also learn on your own. And believe me, you have the tools. It's on your phone, it's everywhere around you. Thank you.
I know this question wasn't directed at me, but I would like to add something. Alaji, and when he was speaking, he spoke of the confidence to pitch. And it touched on the things that yes, that are dear to my heart and the things that I do. You know, permit me to say, in a Muslim environment, the Islam northern environment, if you observe, we kind of lag behind when it comes to confidence. And this is the bane of my business. This is the reason why my business, the Brand Accelerator, was built, to help people like you in confidence. I wouldn't mind if there's a room full of people who are Muslims. To be honest, I would like to do this for Muslims for free, who are Muslims, and I'll take them through confidence building. If Aisha can organize that, I'm willing to do that for free. Let me also state that the first point to building your own confidence is your appearance. Before someone takes you seriously, you must take yourself seriously. You should walk into a room full of people and they should see you and say, oh wow. Even before you open your mouth, that's confidence, the issue engender some confidence with the person you are going to meet. Sometimes you realize people are in rooms where people don't know them, but their appearance alone opens those doors for them. They take you serious even before you open your mouth. Some of them don't know Jack, but their confidence and their appearance opens all the doors for them. And that's somehow what our other counterparts take away from us that we don't do. Because when it comes to brains and intelligence, I can boldly tell you, Muslims are there. And you know why? Because at a younger age or at younger ages, we are able to memorize the Quran in our heads. And if we are able to memorize someone else's language in our heads, full Quran in our heads, what can't we do with secular education? So look, we are there 60 to 70% or 80%. Let's build other soft skills. Education is not all that there is. Build other skills, build your confidence level, build your appearance, build your motion, your behavior in public. You go somewhere and then you are always moving up and down the place. They say sit down, you not sit, you are always, look, all these things are things you can learn. And like I said, I'm willing to teach this for free. If you need my service and you are a Muslim, I am willing to teach you.
Thank you so much, Madam Nasifa, for this wonderful opportunity. This, unfortunately, is where we draw down the curtains. We are so sorry. We have...
No, you can. Please let him go. No. Justice for the little boy.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
The question is directed to you. What if a person finds himself or herself in a community whereby when you bring ideas, they see it as like the dream is bigger than you? How can you?
The future president. What's your name, please? Well, I speak loud enough, isn't it? What's your name? Ahmed. Kamel. Okay. So we have a future president in Kamel. Let's have So Kamel, have you heard of the Mark Zuckerberg story? Have you heard of Facebook? You know Facebook, right? Do you know how Facebook was built? Do you know he had a group of friends? And when he first shared the idea in the early 2000s, when he first shared the idea of Facebook, it sounded like a joke to his friends. Do you know that? Oh yeah, it sounded like a joke. And in the room full of his friends, he became like an outlier. When I say outlier, you know, when everybody conforms and then you move out of the lane. So you are like an outlier. It's like, it doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? It's a joke. You want to have the whole world on one platform. You are a joke. That was how his friends felt. And he believed in what he wanted to do. Despite everything everybody was saying, he knew. Because he had the concept. Like I said, most dreams are yours. The concept is in your head. You have the concept. So when you are talking to people, because they don't understand the concept, they will see it as a joke. But because you know what, you have already conceptualized everything in your mind. You have mapped everything and drawn everything in your mind. So you know that, look, this, and once you are convinced that there's something called intuition. Once your intuition convinces you that this will work, come on, don't listen to what anybody says. Once it is halal, once it is genuine money, and you are convinced that this is going to work for you, get the right mentors to guide you. Even sometimes your mentors themselves will even come off as people who don't believe in your dream. They will tell you it's too big, it's bigger. Believe in yourself. Go on with what you want to do. Trust me, you become the next Mark Zuckerberg. When his friends said that it was not possible, he moved on with his dream. And today, every one of us, I believe, is on Facebook because it is the easiest app to use, right? Yeah, I have had to even delete the Facebook app on my phone because it's taking a lot of my time. But everybody is on Facebook and he's making money. So if you believe in your dream, I think you should go for it, okay?
Sorry, before we end, I wanted to add something from what Auntie Nazifa said about the Salaam Alaikum. Yeah. Alhamdulillah for this gathering. I wanted to use this opportunity to add something about what Madam and Dr. Nkamen Inshallah said about starting a business on campus. Actually, I'm a living testimony, okay? I started my business on campus. I saw bills, anything modestly. I started small, with nothing. I was just a girl with a dream, okay? I didn't have the money, I didn't have the resources, but you know what? Those clients I made on campus were the real niche. They were those who hold me till today. Today, inshallah, we are school sutura and my business has started taking me places. So start now. Don't be afraid to start. Start something small. Ask your parents for guidance. Get a role model, as they said, because you know what? You have a dream, no one can vision. It's you who knows what the future or what you want to be in future. So thank you very much. And please, everything we listen here, when you go, make sure you practicalize it, put it into practice. Don't just learn and when you leave here, that's the end. And please, network. I've not seen you people networking. We go to this kind of program, we pay money to go. And network, when you finish, try and see Alaji, Madam, get their numbers, okay? Don't just come here and go home empty-handed. Thank you very much.
Agasuki is talking about network and then role models. Let me state that in the last couple of days, I have seen people parade themselves as role models or mentors, even on social media, and then you look at their lifestyle, and to be honest, it doesn't conform with what they believe in. Look, get mentors, get role models, but also study people's lives before you choose them as role models. It's very important. Choosing role model, you know, role model is supposed to guide you through your career path. Mind you, you can get a role model who in turn now even envy your own growth. So let's be cautious of whom we choose as our role models, because it's going to be a lifelong journey. Somebody who will advise you objectively without taking anything away from you or without even envying you. Yes, you can have role models, but look and study the lives of people you want to emulate properly before you choose them as role models. Thank you.
I want to speak to one image, so I want to just 3-5 minutes. It's very important for me. Can you project it? Okay, so I'll start with this. with our society and people as we live in the society, I have been contemplating based on my experience and exposure that we have 70% of people in this world that are masses and follow people. So when I say masses and follow, these are people who think that the world is material and everything they see somebody doing, they want to copy it without knowing the purpose, without knowing why the person is actually doing that. And that 70% of people, they have some characteristics. They think that because they are wearing Gucci, they are better than somebody wearing an unbranded dress. Because they are driving a big car, somebody is walking has no value. They value people based on material, and they follow the masses, and they spend all their time on social media. So 70% of their time they buy data, and 70% of it is used on TikTok. There's spending time on funny things that will not add value to their lives. It's very important. You need to look at and ask yourself, are you part of the follow? The follow people, they have a lot of characteristics. They buy a phone 15,000. They don't even know how to use it. I do 70% of my work on my phone, but I use Samsung. My phone is like 5,000. I meet people and they have a phone of 17,000. And I'm myself, what at all? But I later realized that it's social status. So it's about follow. Then we have the middle class. These are the people somebody who has done accounting at university, and he thinks because he has been to university, he's better than some people in the society. He thinks that in the morning when he takes a chilled Coke, he's better than the person drinking cocoa, even though he's educated. The only difference between them and the follow is that because they have some level of education. Then we have the elite. These are the 4% of the society. These are the people from a big family background, political statuses, and all that. Their fathers have or grandfathers have done something for them, and they are following that. Now, the last category is the 1%. These are the people who wants to change the world. They create tools that the 4% use to manage all the 95%. So, Mark Zuckerberg, I always ask people, have you heard of Mark Zuckerberg's birthday before? Does he post it on Facebook? Where do you post your birthday when you have a birthday? These are the character of the masses. I went to China Mall, I was doing some survey on YouGate. I went to China Mall and I saw people come and they are buying this balloon, 12 years, and those things. They are so excited. I'm like, okay, maybe. The question is, you have to ask yourself where you want to be. You see the 1%, they are creating tools that are being used by the 4% to control the society. So the last election, where was it high? Social media. Because they know the masses are there. And who is making the money? Who is making the money? The 1%. You understand? So you need to decide where you want to be in this whole hierarchy. If you want to change the world, you'll be among the 1%. And the 1%, they have a lot of characteristics. They make money when they are sleeping. They make money when they are sleeping. 2, they don't live a life for somebody to justify their life to somebody. They do what they believe is okay and comfortable for them, as well as it's within their belief system and value system. They don't worry about what somebody... You've seen Mark Zuckerberg, the way he dressed, right? I'm not saying it's correct all the time. No. In society, your presentation is very important. I always say that everybody, based on how you dress, somebody should value 60%. When you open your mouth, you should get some additional 20% more. But if you dress just anyhow, wherever you present yourself, you put in a certain category already. And if you don't know how to talk and you open your mouth, you downgrade yourself further. So please, as young people, internet is good, but please reduce the social media. I'm a tech person. I don't have a Facebook account. I don't have what do they call it? TikTok account. I've never used it before. I don't have an X account. I only use YouTube. Why? Because I learned from them. So please, even if you use, the focus is to learn something, whether religiously or academically or professionally or anything you want to do. So please, I'm really worried. And that's what is leading to this whole betting thing and all that. And I'm very worried, especially with the betting. It scares me. Where people want to live a lifestyle, don't work for it, they've not worked for it. And I always say that anybody who goes betting, actually is the most stupid person. If you go to the Quran, Allah always say that Masalul Lazina. Why? Example of, everybody look at an example. Ajia is here, you are looking at Ajia. Show me one person you know who betted and became successful. One person. It's just a stupid dream. Like I said earlier, like between that, they want to live a certain life and they don't want to work for it. So it's a thin line. So by the time you see, you are following a stupid dream. And by the time you are 35, 45, you can't do anything for yourself because you've spent your life either spending on the internet or betting your life away. And it's so serious, the betting. I've seen some now, if you follow media, 80 to 90% of stories about employees stealing money from their employers end up, they were used for betting. And I've followed it over time. It's a serious problem. And if you're a Muslim and you want to bet to make money, be careful. What are you going to do that money for? Do pay zakat? Sadaqah? Hajj? My friend, you are dreaming. May Allah guide all of us. And may Allah help you in achieving whatever you set out to do.
Before we make sure we climb away from the follow or the masses, let us not forget to get our diaries for reflection and then to improve our relationship with Allah. Thank you to our panelists for your time and for your wonderful segment. May Allah reward you. And please, there's a missing but found pouch at the registration site. So if you have a missing bag, you can head out there and find out if it belongs to you. And after here, please, let's all make our way to the masjid, perform ablution, then participate in the Jummah prayers. Thank you.
So we'll take some pictures with our panelists before they take them. Please, you can start heading towards the masjid.
Please, before you leave, we should be back here by 2:15 exactly. Please, let's make sure to adhere to the time. Today we are a bit behind. Thank you for your cooperation.
Where's my son? I was telling
withdraw money. Unless maybe. But when I saw a cash out, she did have back end.
mobile money cash out. You are sending mobile money. Or
You say you want to draw.
You want to withdraw. I think already outside. Or maybe a personal person or something. I actually have more, but I don't have. As you say, if you just go to Sicily for the
Okay. Baba.
Yeah.
Baba. Chief Security.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I knew it. This says that it must be.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر
الله
لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار فيا عباد الله إن نبي الله عيسى بن مريم عليه السلام له مكانة عظيمة في الإسلام فهو عبد الله ورسوله وكلمته ألقاها إلى مريم وروح منه وقد كانت ولادته آية عظيمة وجدت بقدرة الله من غير أب تكريما له ولأمه الطاهرة مريم عليها السلام ويؤمن المسلمون بعيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام إيمانا صادقا ويحبونه ويجلونه ولا يصح إيمان المسلم إلا بالإيمان بجميع الأنبياء دون تفريق بينهم غير أن الإسلام مع هذا التعظيم لم يشرع الاحتفال الديني بميلاد الأنبياء لا بميلاد عيسى عليه السلام ولا لغيره لأن العبادة عبادات توقيفية ولم يثبت ذلك عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا عن صحابته رضي الله عنهم أجمعين أما في التعامل مع المسيحيين أو مع أهل الكتاب فقد أقر الإسلام مبدأ العدل والإحسان ودعا إلى البر وحسن الخلق والتعايش السلمي ما دام ذلك لا يخالف عقيدة المسلم ولا يفضي إلى مشاركة في شعائر دينية خاصة بغير الإسلام. فيجوز التعامل في شؤون الحياة من بيع وشراء وتعاون وحسن جوار وكلمة الطيب مع الثبات على العقيدة والاعتزاز بها. وبذلك يجمع المسلم بين صدق الإيمان وسماحة الأخلاق اقتداء بنبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم الذي بعثه الله رحمة للعالمين. قال تعالى: لا ينهاكم الله عن الذين لم يقاتلوكم في الدين ولم يخرجوكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم إن الله يحب المقسطين. إنما ينهاكم الله عن الذين قاتلوكم وأخرجوكم من دياركم وظاهروا على إخراجكم أن تولوهم ومن يتولهم فأولئك هم الظالمون. نسأل الله تبارك وتعالى أن يهدينا سواء السبيل وأن يؤلف بين القلوب على الحق والخير. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى عيسى بن مريم وعلى سائر الأنبياء والمرسلين. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه جواد كريم. Thanks and praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who has sent Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as the seal of all the prophets.